Behind me is the Phippen Museum in the outskirts of Prescott, Arizona. It has one of the best Solon Borglum collections in the country, so let's go inside and take a look. But wait a minute. First we have to visit downtown Prescott to find Solon's Rough Rider Monument, nicknamed the Bucky O'Neill, because without that, there probably wouldn't be a Borglum Collection at the Phippen. I've asked Kevin Pitts to tell us about this dynamic piece.
Bucky O'Neill was our mayor, editor of our paper. He was sheriff for a time, and very, very well-known man in Prescott at the time. And when Teddy Roosevelt was looking for volunteers to go fight the Spaniards, the Rough Riders were made up of a lot of volunteers from Prescott, including Bucky O'Neill. And he died probably, I think, on the first day of battle in Cuba. But the citizens of Prescott decided they wanted to put up a memorial for him, and so they commissioned Solon Borglum to do that in 1907, and he came, he brought it, and was here for the unveiling of it. The citizens raised $10,000, which was a lot of money in 1906 or 1907 when they were doing this. And they wanted to commission the best artists of the West they could find, and Solon Borglum had been doing commissions, a lot of Civil War figures, as I understand, and they thought that he would do justice to our hometown hero, and contacted him and asked him to do this piece. But my reading tells me they didn't try to micromanage him. They let him pretty much do whatever he wanted to do, and they trusted that that it would come out well, and we think it's one of the finest works that he's done.
After feeling the restless energy of the Bucky O'Neill, a short stroll to the other side of the courthouse will allow you to sense the latent power of the cowboy at rest, where man and animal are one, content with their roles in life, and at peace with their world.
After we purchased the collection, my grandfather and another founding member of the Art Trust, his good friend Bob Mason, were sent as the highly technical, professionally trained art movers. And they went to Connecticut in a U-Haul and picked up all the pieces and wrapped them up as best they could in blankets or whatnot, and spent 3 days on the road. And to listen to them tell the story about crossing the country with this art, I think there's a lot of things that happened on that trip that we probably will never know about, but they did get it here, pretty much everything in good order. So we feel fortunate to have some of these original pieces of furniture from Solon's studio. I mentioned my friend Bob Mason, who was a founding member of our trust, and the guy who went with my grandfather to pick up the pieces. He told me a story about one of his favorite pieces is this bust of Monica, this plaster. And it shows her smiling, and she appears to be a happy girl, but he says that he was talking to some family members, and they said she was not always happy as a child, and sometimes she was a sad girl, and there's actually a tear on the cheek there, which even though she's smiling, portrays that she wasn't always the happiest child, and for that reason he always felt like this was really a neat piece and one of his favorites. This is The Waters, my personal favorite of the collection. I think because, number one, it's different, being green as opposed to the colors you find in the other ones. And also, I guess I really like it because of the feminine form to it, and the way it It captures femininity and water and just a sweeping flow that gives it some movement that, I don't know, really speaks to me. I really like it. That's my favorite. Well, this is Buffalo Sioux Dancer. This is another one of my favorites, but it is really the centerpiece of the collection. It's the most impactful piece that we have. It's the largest one. The original was lifetime and a half, done for World's Fair, and you know, I'm sure at that size it is even more impressive, but just at this size I think it's very impressive. Captures unbelievable amount of movement, and it is really an eye-catching piece.
The Phippen Museum was named in honor of local artist George Phippen, first president of the Cowboy Artists of America, and is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays.